All right, today is Wednesday, September 9th, 2020. This is the Kubernetes CSI implementation meeting. Let's go down our sidecar release status. Oops, I don't know why my internet is very slow today. Okay. All right, so the provisioner is ready to go. I just need to cut a new patch release with a bug fix that Patrick has made for the capacity reporting feature. So I will go ahead and do that today, and then the provisioner should be done. Next, we have the snapshotter.
Yeah, so I updated the version to v3. There was a PR there, if you can take a look. And then I need to update the changelog and readme because I think the paths have all changed. So, and then there is still one PR outstanding. That's the update the API extension from v1 beta 1 to v1. So Shanqian did look at it. There are some comments there, but the author has not responded. I'm thinking it's already been 10 days. I don't want to wait until next week.
Okay.
So I'm thinking maybe I can cherry pick his PR and then see what's going on and see if we can, because this is another big change, right? That we'd rather just do it now. They're getting close. Yeah, I think there's still a question that Shanqian and I need to figure out. I mean, it seems like we are both not 100% sure. So I need to get his PR and give a try, because the way it is right now, I think Karthik tried it and he was saying there's a field needs to be removed. And then Shanqian says that should not need to be removed. Now we are in V1, so I need to try myself and see what's going on. So that's one thing that Shanqian and I have not get resolved. So yeah, so let's try to get that resolved this week.
Okay, sounds good. Next is, okay, thank you. Next is the resizer.
Yeah, so I cut 1.0 release. I think I still have to do something to release the images. I will look into that today.
Yeah, you have to promote the images from staging to prod. You can take a look at the PRs that I have done in the past. It's pretty easy. You just run the script and then submit a PR for the update.
Cool.
And actually, if I plan to cut a new patch of the provisioner today, I could probably just send a PR to promote both the provisioner and resizer images.
Okay. I will take a look anyway because I'll see.
Okay. All right, awesome. And then let's see. Everything else looks like it's released. CSI proxy for Windows has been released, but something is broken in the image building process. So I asked Jing to take a look. Hopefully that will get resolved. And then host path driver needs to wait for everything. And so that's the sidecar update. Let's see, from the Windows standpoint, they already cut the beta. The image is still broken, but I think they're pretty much done. One other thing I've asked them to do is also update our docs page with some information on CSI proxy, and I believe they're working on that. And then snapshots we talked about already. Is there anything else that anyone wants to talk about?
Oh, and there was one thing I noticed. So we have the CSI docs, right? And then it seems like everyone is pretty confused about the version, the driver version. A lot of people put their own driver version there instead of CSI driver version. And I see some of the merged ones even got the wrong information. They're already at like 2.0, even though, so even for us, when we review it, sometimes we probably miss that. I actually see the vSphere driver is actually wrong. I need to update that. It's our 2.0. CSI is not 2.0 yet. So I was wondering, does it make sense for us to actually add another column just to show their driver version? Because it's like, I see a lot of PRs just updating their own version. And some of them are very similar to the CSI driver version, so it's confusing. You know, because if they are also like 1.1,
like
1.2,
the main, yeah, the main thing that what's going on? The main thing that I'm kind of worried about is if we put something like the driver version, that just gets out of date immediately.
Yeah, that's true.
As people, because people are regularly releasing new versions.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this makes sense here. The column is called compatible with CSI version.
I think the problem probably when you are submitting a PR, you don't really see, even when you're reviewing it, right? It's so long and you don't even see the column. So you sometimes, I think I don't know if it's me or somebody else who merged that the vSphere one. At least I noticed that when it's obvious because it already is 2.0, which is wrong. It's not 2.0. So at least I think I want to go through that and to pick anything that is greater than it's 2.0 or something higher, or maybe it's just vSphere driver. Okay,
it might just be vSphere.
Yeah, and because like today there was a PR, they are updating their own driver, but their driver is 1 point something, it's 1.2, so it's actually like very similar to CSI driver version. I happened to go to their document to take a look, go to the repo. I'm like, does not look like they have already supporting the CSI driver version. And then I asked, and he said, oh yeah, this is our driver version. So even some of those they went too high because it probably thought this is their driver version. They are like at 1.0, but their driver version maybe is already 1.2. So they probably changed this one. That we wouldn't tell unless we go there and take a look. But that's probably minor. I mean, they have to make sure that's correct. But at least I will fix the vSphere one.
Sure. Okay. Do you also like I know I've seen some table formats where like after every 10 rows or something they like inject the header again. I don't know if yeah,
so I'm not sure.
I don't know if
how do you do that?
yeah, I don't know if Markdown can do that or not.
Yeah, we can check for that. Yeah, this one is.
But maybe that would help.
Yeah,
the other thing that's
help.
weird, is it just me or does this page kind of render funny? Like the table is wide and I don't have a way to actually get to the
same thing.
right side.
It's very easy to go to the different page. Once you want to move down, and then you click something, and then this table is a little hard to see if you want to go to the bottom. You have to click at the right place, I think. Yeah. This is table is wide is one thing, and then those are very long, and
yeah. I wonder if I don't know enough about website stuff to try to get this.
I'm not familiar. But I need to search and make it prettier.
Okay. Okay. All right. Any other topics?
That's it for me.
I would like to schedule another call, I think, this week for the resizing stuff, like the discussion that we had just now with Tim and Jordan, like, and how do we incorporate that in the recovery from resize design.
Your voice is really, really low. Sounds very, very remote.
Okay. Just let me see if I can fix it. Sorry.
Are you far away from your computer?
No, I think I have multiple audio devices. Is this better now?
The same. That's fine. We can hear you. It's just
okay.
That's
weird.
Low.
Okay. I was just saying that I would like to schedule another call for resizing things.
Okay.
Okay. I think that so the feedback from last time was we should look at some of the other sizing related features that are going on elsewhere and see if we can align to those APIs.
Yeah, and that is okay. But the second part was more complicated because if we know that the error returned by the driver is a terminal error, that is like a permanent failure, like this resize is not going to succeed now, and user decides to recover from that behavior, then they were saying that like what Tim was saying, it should be possible to recover the quota at that time as well. Like when we know that and that one is kind of complicated because it requires like support from CSI drivers or CSI spec to return an error that says okay clearly this is a final error and
I
lack of.
think we do that. We do that for other calls, like when we provision, um, we do check if it's a final error or not.
Uh, it's more like we try to guess if it is a gRPC error, deadline exceeded error, or those other errors. Then we don't consider the error as transient. We consider the error as terminal. But there could be cases where like the error is like there is like okay, so the authentication error maybe or authorization error, those kind of errors that is there between the plugin and the backend, then should be can those be considered like terminal errors? In that
I
case,
think
like
so. I think if you have an authentication error, then the operation should not have started.
I mean, operation will be start running, but it will fail. So the question is that uh, so for authorization or authentication error, the fix generally is, but that error is different from the error that you receive when you have like, you, for example, you don't have quota available on the backend anymore, or you ran out of disk space. So those errors are like required you to fix the PVC, but authorization and authentication error, I mean, you don't have to fix PVC to get out of it. You probably just have to redeploy the plugin or fix how you deploy the plugin.
Yeah, that's fine though, but I think in either case, like in either case, the error indicates that the operation has not succeeded and is not in progress.
Yeah, so I think the main thing is that considering that aspect of the problem that Tim has thrown at us and see if we can make that quota recoverable in when that happens. So yeah, I'll try to schedule a call this week. Like we have only 2 days left in this week, so Friday I think. But I don't know if we have any conflicts.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Cool.
All right. Any other topics? All right. I think next week we can maybe start looking at doing planning for 1.20. And since the branches open again for 1.20 work, so yep. All right, then we'll end for today. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.